We actually have one of the biggest promotions that we have, which is pretty cool. It's actually not a promotion into account management, it's actually a promotion into assistant management. So it's pretty cool because it's more of a journey. We talk a lot about, and this time of year is what we base off of reflection. We look back and say, oh, what did we do in 2017, and what do we get, what did we take advantage of, and where did we put ourselves, and where did I come in from, where do I end up? I had the pleasure of working with this person hands-on, literally in the field. I think it was day 5 or 6 out in the field grinding with this person, which was pretty cool. Super natural at it, very good right away. But the biggest thing that I think you guys are going to understand what he's going to talk about in his speech today is kind of what got him here. He's going to give you guys the tools and the keys to success of what we do. Obviously, getting promoted, putting himself in a position to go to keys to success as a new owner. He's going to look to get incorporated. He's made the biggest transition of what we do in our management training program, which is awesome, and deserves and earned every single second of it, and all of the people. And you can ask the guys and girls that are on this person's team. They will ride to the end of the world and back for him because of the leadership skills that he has shown and because of the leadership that shows to other people. And there's even people that aren't even on his team, that are even in other offices, that will look at this person and say, this person's going to be a major player in the game. I think it's pretty cool that part of our organization, because I don't really tell this person a lot, but I think could even give me a run for my money, which is great. So I know that we're going to be battling probably for the rest of our careers, which is pretty cool to have that person with you and on your team. But promotion to assistant management, Jaimie Fry.
How's everybody doing?
Very good.
Cool. So I got some words here on paper. So. All right, cool. So first and foremost, I do have to thank a couple of main people. Obviously, biggest shout out, obviously Rob, giving me everything I need. I mean, literally in the beginning, giving me car rides to the train station every single day after when I didn't have a car, when I didn't have anything, just public transportation. It's awesome. Big shout out to Ken as well. Obviously, it's great having a guy like that in this business that you can literally hang out with every single day. It's incredible. The richest person I know is also the person I spend the most time with, so it's kind of cool. Big shout out to Maddie as well. Making me look good and giving me good interviews, all that kind of stuff as well. Giving the tools to success with recruiting. And the biggest thing that's really been helping me out more is being part of Team Royal. Makes sense. But big shout out to the crew. Obviously you guys, it's great because we hold each other accountable every single day and talk about it all the time, but we all grow together. So it's all back on you guys. So. And everyone else in the office too. It's great. I love seeing everyone grow. I love working with guys day in, day out. Every single person in this program, whether they stick with us long term or they decide to take something else, you always get a little bit from everybody, which is cool. So the coolest thing about today, guys, is and a little bit more about my backstory. And I know some people know it so far. If you sat in a second round interview of mine, you probably pretty much know my backstory. But I graduated from Moravian College a couple years ago, a very small school out in PA. It's like 1,500 people. Tiny little school. I played baseball there. Played baseball at the D3 level, which was cool. We won a championship over there. It was awesome, competitive level. But getting into my senior year, I was like, all right, well, I'm not going pro, so I got to get a real job. So I was working in hotels at the time. So what I did, I called in connection, got a job. And I got a job down at the Ritz-Carlton, Philadelphia. So I was working there for a little bit, progressively worked my way up the ranks, started off entry level, worked my way up. And eventually, I found a position where I was making decent enough money. I was making $900 a week. Basically, they paid me what they thought was going to make me happy, right? And for a while it did, I was cool because, I got to drive nice cars, like the Ferraris, the Bentleys, whatever it is, like sick, this is awesome. I got to meet celebrities, I got to travel, see different places around the country, and I got to make a decent amount of money while doing it. But after 2 years of doing it, I was miserable. I was in places that I didn't have friends or family. $900 a week is great until you have to actually spend money, and then it's like, all right, well, I don't really have that much money. You have to have your own apartment. And at that point, I said, hey, listen, I don't really think this is the right opportunity for me. So I ended up leaving. Moved all my staff back up to Philadelphia. I went through the whole process with everything. A year and 5 weeks ago, I had a first round interview with coincidentally Josh Ruffalo in that office. So in a sense, I was kind of screwed from the first round interview. So if you guys don't know, Josh Ruffalo is one of the top managers in the country. So, but I had a first round interview about a year and 5 weeks ago, and it's sick because today I'm getting promoted to assistant management. And like a lot of other people in this room, and I'll tell you firsthand, I was skeptical at first, right? I looked at the numbers, I looked at the growth opportunities, like, wow, this is almost too good to be true, right? But, you know, maybe I was stubborn, maybe I was just, you know, too confident in myself, but I said, hey, like, I think I can do this, I can give it a shot, right? And to be honest, for the first 5 months, I really gave 70%, right? Like, I didn't really give my whole entire self to the program. And it's crazy because like we always hear those cliche sayings like, you know, if you put 99 cents in a soda machine, what do you get? Nothing, right? What do you do $1 and you get everything, right? Or it's like, yeah, whatever, right? Kind of brushed it off for the first couple months. And then at a certain point in February, around the same time I actually went to Keys to Success, and I had some changes in my life. I kind of said, hey, like, what do I have to lose? I was 23 at the time. I don't really have anything to lose at this point. It's just me and my life. So I said, screw it, I'm just going to go all in and see what happens. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? I'm going to get rich? Well, so literally, I saw the cliche and I'm like, all right, well, I'll give it a shot. And I did. And really what helped me turn the corner was a couple main things for first of all, the student mentality, right? We talk about it all the time, but always being a student, always being the best coachable person possible, right? So I talked about it earlier, but you know, spending time with Rob, spending time with Ken, with Maddie, all these top people in not just this office, but the business. And even outsourcing to like the Mike Lays, the Josh Ruffalo's of the business as well. And not just reaching out to them and just writing stuff down and forgetting about it somewhere, but actually taking the coaching, actually taking the advice and just applying it, right? Like, if Ken tells me to do something, I'm gonna go out and do it, right? Ken told me to buy a car and increase my break even by $500–600 a month. And I'm just like, Ken, you're crazy, but okay. So I did it. And now I look back and be like, all right, well, that was one of the better decisions that I made. So taking the coaching and the mentoring is huge because we talk about this business as paint by numbers. It's already been done, right? You listen to the people that have done it already and you take the advice for yourself. The second thing is just pure work ethic and hard work and perseverance. The biggest thing about myself is that, and maybe I'm stubborn, but I'm never one to give up on something, right? No matter what happens, I'm never going to give up on something. I will outwork anybody in this room. I will outwork anyone in this country. And that's just me saying that, but that's the biggest thing. I'm really not that special. I'll just outwork anybody, and I'll never give up. So the last thing that really helped me out, too, was and you guys hear me talk about it a lot, but it's the exhaustively preparedness, right? So being more prepared than the next person, being prepared for any situation possible, right? And like I said, I'm really not that good. But I'll have a student mentality that I'll listen to anything that these top people tell me, and I'll just do it. I'll work harder than anyone else, and I'm more prepared than anyone else at the end of the day. That way, even if somebody throws me a curveball, I know exactly what to do. It's the same thing in sports. You follow exactly what you're prepared to do, you follow the game plan, and all you have to do is execute, and it makes it that much easier. And my favorite thing about this business is that it's really helped me reach some goals already in the smaller part of the business. Some certain things, like for example, you know, I was able to actually, you know, get a relationship that is a great relationship, a very supporting, a very caring person that really has kind of helped me throughout the process and kind of been that, you know, kind of like that, the motivation behind you and all that kind of stuff as well. Like in the movie Rocky, where like the wife walks in and just like, go Rocky, and then he like beats the crap out of the other guy. Kind of like that. But it's cool because someone like that, I probably would have screwed that up, you know, 2 years ago in that relationship. So now this program has kind of given me, you know, the things that I need and the habits and the routines, that kind of stuff to help maintain that relationship, and it is possible throughout the program. It's given me the house that, you know, I live with a couple of guys, and we have a sick house. It's awesome. We got a lot of cool stuff in there. We have the house. It's awesome. My car. Talking about my car, right? I came into this program with no car. Nothing. I would take public transportation every single day, and this business really gave me the opportunity to have a pretty decent car, and that I really like. It's the nicest car I've ever had. And even going forward, obviously small goals that I've accomplished so far, but the biggest thing, guys, is this is just the beginning, right? Like the next things going forward are the bigger goals, right? So this business, what it's going to do, it's going to help me send my mom back to school to get the degree that she really wants, but she can't afford because education costs money and it's tough. So I want to be able to send her back to school and pay off her tuition. I want to be able to help my dad with his expenses, with his personal expenses, with his business expenses, and with his healthcare. My dad's one of my biggest motivating factors because my dad, and I didn't realize until I started this business, but he's actually an entrepreneur. My dad's a musician. He put me through college on a musician's salary. I'm not talking like Bon Jovi. Like, he's somehow put me through college on that salary. And he runs his own actual music venue up in the Lehigh Valley. And I want to be able to take over some of the expenses with, you know, buying new tables, buying new lights, whatever it is. I want to be able to take that on so he doesn't have to come out of pocket for those certain things. And I want to be able to take my dad to like Phillies games, sit behind home plate, right? Sit in a luxury box in January, or, you know, set him down to the Super Bowl over the next 10 years when the Eagles win every single Super Bowl for the next 10 years. But sit in a luxury box for that, which is something that I really want to do. And even down the road, you know, help my future kids, help my future wife. You know, it might sound cliche, but I want to coach my kids' Little League game at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, right? Those are the things I want down the road. So, and those are the things that this business is going to be able to give me. And going forward, guys, it's going to be exciting stuff. I've been talking to Ken a lot, and the game plan going forward, we're going to go out and we're going to open up on AT&T and Vivint out in Chicago, and we're going to take over that entire program, the entire program. It's going to be great. Vivint is going to be the next big thing, along with AT&T. It's going to be huge. We've already outgrown Verizon, and now it's time to take on the next step to take over the bigger part of the program. And the biggest thing, if you guys take nothing away from this speech today, the one thing that I want you guys to take away from it, you guys look at me, I'm really not that special. Seriously, I swear to God, I don't do anything special, just the things I talked about, but you look at me and you say, hey, if Jaimie can do it, anybody in this room can do it. And that's the honest to God truth. If I can do it, anybody else can do it. So I'm looking forward to see who the next person that's, you know, right behind me and see who's going to get promoted to management next. Juice? Juice.